So I'm really fortunate to have all these films and all this space in the room. It's not the biggest room, It's the box room of the house, but I've got 1.5 walls here, basically just full to the brim of movies, which are all on the videos that I've been doing recently. But I've also got drawers down here which have got more and more movies just unboxed in plastic sleeves. So I've got loads and loads of movies in there. So when I'm getting to the thousands of movies, I've been doing a lot of thinking recently, and I think I've got better over the last 6 months, year, basically, of collecting, of watching movies, deciding there and then, did I love it, did I like it, and am I going to keep it? In the past, I would always keep almost everything. Liked it, didn't like it, doesn't really matter. I would just keep it because I wanted a collection, and maybe I'd go back to it at a later point. But yeah, recently I've been getting better and better at deciding much more sooner after watching whether it's something I want to keep in the collection or not. But yeah, there's been lots of things recently that have been sort of nagging at the back of my mind. Going through the collection, really enjoy going through the collection, but it also highlights, things that I'll either pull out and I can't remember. Some of them I can't remember watching. Some of them I can't remember. I'd have to go to IMDb to look up anything about the film. So if I'm doing that, do I really need that film? Did it make that much of an impact that it needs to sit on my shelf? Possibly not. But yeah, so it's got me thinking. I need to get better at being more selective. I'm very guilty of liking so many films. I like almost any type of film, but I don't love every type of film, and I think that's the difference I need to start making. So I am going to go through, and I'm going to go through. I'm going to try and cull the collection right down. I'm not talking necessarily, halving it or anything like that or anything crazy. Who knows? Maybe I will. Maybe I'll just have 6 titles on the shelf when you guys come back. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know yet. I'll either go one extreme or the other, I'm sure. I'll either add loads more titles, forget all about this video, and we'll never talk of it again. Or I'll go the other way and I'll only have a few titles left on the shelf. But those titles will mean the world to me. I don't know. I think if you we all do the same thing, right? So we always have these monthly hauls. I'm guilty as anyone. I will have stacks and stacks and stacks of movies. Now these movies are just filling up and filling up and filling up. I'm not getting rid of that many movies every single month. So there has to become a time where I've got to reset. I've got to push the reset button, and I've got to either color load, stop buying, just reduce. I don't know. There's all sorts of options, but I know I want to be clear out. I want to be clear out of the collection. I want just gems that for me. Now I've got an example of this. So for example here, right, I picked this movie up from, I don't think I've shown it yet on the channel. It might be in my monthly haul, which I haven't dropped yet, but there was a movie I had on DVD. I didn't know it had a Blu-ray release until recently, and I was looking on Amazon France, and I discovered that it had a Blu-ray release over there. So I picked it up. Now, this is a movie that I used to watch on DVD several times with my friends and everything like that. I absolutely love this film, and no one ever talks about it. I've never heard a single person talk about this film anywhere. It's a movie called Right at Your Door, and it's known in France. If you're interested in looking it up, and it will come up on IMDb under Right at Your Door. But the actual packaging on the box in France is Los Angeles Alerti Maximum. There we go. So yeah, this is the film that I definitely had on Right at Your Door. So there is a UK DVD. There is not, to my knowledge, a UK Blu-ray. But UK DVD has got like a red cover, I think red and white covers. You'll soon see it. I'll try and find a picture maybe and put it up. This is a movie I love. Okay, so this is a contamination style movie. I wouldn't, if you're interested in watching this one, don't read too much into it because it might spoil the movie for you. This is a bit excessive. It doesn't really get that deep in there. It's quite a low budget movie about this guy who's I might have talked about this already. I can't remember. Anyway, you might not have seen the video if I've done anyway. But about this guy who sort of says goodbye to his wife. She goes off to work, and very recently, after she's gone, there's a big news update across the TV saying, or the radio saying, there's been a dirty bomb gone off, and he's in a dilemma. What does he do? Now, I'm not going to say much more than that because I'd highly recommend this movie to anyone who likes slightly dark films, sort of tense films. Yeah, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give anything else away. But yeah, I really enjoyed this film. So this would definitely be in my collection. I've wanted this film on Blu-ray for the longest time, and I'm so glad I found it and picked it up. This film means absolutely the world to me. But if I was to go through my shelves and pick up, so let's say The Possessor. Okay, so I watched this film. I think I rated this pretty highly on my Letterboxd account, and it was a good film. I enjoyed it. Have I gone back to it since watching it? No. Do I have any plans to? Not really. No, not right now. Can I remember enough of this film to try and explain it to somebody else, like a mate? Not really, to be honest. No, I know it was a bit creepy, a bit body horror, something to do with a guy, and I don't know. See, struggling. So does that movie warrant being in the collection over this movie no one's ever heard of? I know which one out of the two, if I had to choose, I would be keeping for me personally. So I need to work my way through the collection and make more better decisions like that. And then I'm going to have a superb collection left at the end, is the idea. So I think, like I said, really, a lot of things have made me think about this. Now, we all say this. I think we're all, certain age people anyway, we all had collections on VHS, and we all have movies we grew up with. And we always say, oh, I used to watch that all the time on VHS. I used to have that VHS, and I used to watch it over and over again. We don't do that with DVDs and Blu-rays. Not so much. We had smaller collections, and they were more refined, and they were exactly what we really enjoyed, what we grew up with. And they're the movies that pretty much are going to be upgraded all through the different formats as you go through collecting films. But yeah, even with then DVD, I think I still had I had lots of DVDs, but I mean I probably had a more dedicated collection of DVD than I do with Blu-ray. But yeah, it'd be like what I do with 4Ks. I will 9 times out of 10 only upgrade a 4K if it's a special movie to me, one I really, really, really enjoy. So maybe that's a sign. So if I'm not upgrading the Blu-ray, is it that important? Maybe not. So yeah, so I'm kind of looking forward to it. I'm kind of looking forward to resetting. I'm a capacity. I can't really house much more. I'm going to have stacks on the floor everywhere in here, and it's going to become a nightmare. And I don't want it to get too messy. I watched a video the other day on YouTube. I'll link it down below. He can probably articulate a lot better than I can about exactly what I'm going through. Big collectors, collections. Do they get to the point basically where they're so watered down they don't mean much to you? And I feel like that's where mine's heading. So I don't want it to get that point. I want to trim it right back to the core essentials for me. And that may not be for everyone, but that doesn't matter. That's for me. No one else comes in here to pick a film. Like again, we all say, no one sees these films but us. So we shouldn't be collecting to try and please other people, or to accommodate. I have to keep that in just in case someone might want to borrow it. No one wants to borrow Blu-rays anymore. It's they stream most of the time. It's only guys like us that we have these collections that would borrow films from each other, and we all live so far apart. So yeah, that's what I've been thinking. That's what I'm looking forward to. I think I'm gonna chip away heavily, probably. Maybe I'm gonna get cold feet and not do a thing, am I? But yeah, that's what the plan is. So in September, I want to reset the collection. I want to get back to a place where I have space on the shelves to be able to watch new movies, discover new favourites, add them to that collection, have space to do so, and remember them and think, yes, that is a great movie. I could speak about that. I could tell you all about that all day long. And that's what I want. That is what I want in the collection. So yeah. So it's not the end of collecting. It's kind of like the new beginning of collecting, I think. It's like... I need to have a big cleanup to be able to enjoy it even more than I do now. And I enjoy it now. I enjoy picking up blind buys left, right, and centre. My guilty thing is I just keep them, and I probably shouldn't, especially if I just think they're okay or I liked it but I didn't love it. So yeah, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? I mean, everyone gets to this point at some point. I know they do. Where they've either got to decide, do they build more shelves? Do they go into another room? Do they start stripping down the boxes into the sleeves and storing it a different way? We all hit a limit at some point, and mine's getting close to the limit of what I want to do. And I'm also having other thoughts about, you know, the quality of my collection over the quantity of my collection. So is anyone else guilty of this? Do they just keep buying more and more new titles every month, but not really get rid of that many titles, just filling up and filling up and filling up? I think we probably do. I think a lot of us do. But, you know, each to their own. That's what we want to do. I've done that for many years, and I've enjoyed doing it. I don't have any regrets at all. I think I'm going to enjoy culling. Maybe there will be some regrets later on down the line, but, you know, we'll live with that. We'll either pick up the movies and I'll realise how much it meant to me later on. Or I think what more commonly will happen is it will be gone and I'll forget all about it and you know, won't be bothered. But yeah, looking forward to this. Going to get a lot more space, hopefully, for new movies, new favourites to come up. I'm probably going to invest the stuff back into CEX and upgrade my favourites back up to either a higher format or a more special edition. I don't know yet, but yeah, there's options there. So yeah, that's what I've been thinking. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'm sorry if this is sort of dragged on over the same point for a long time, but yeah, just wanted to get across what's going on in the collection, what I think I want to be doing. Yeah, that's it. So, you know, if anyone else is in a similar boat, let me know down below, or if you've come across this. I'm not going the whole hog like I think Marcus did. So to call you out there, mate, where he just got rid of everything and now you're starting again. I don't want to go that far. But yeah, Marcus, I'll leave his link in his channel down below. I know he keeps linking me for videos I've never done before, but and give me credit for it, bless him. But yeah, so yeah, his link is down in the description there if you want to check out his channel. Fantastic guy. Go give him a look. But yeah, there we go. That's the video for today. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed, and I will catch you next time.